This message is for you. Listen to me. You're not angry. You're not bitter. You're not consumed by revenge fantasies. You're just indifferent. And indifference is the most powerful weapon in human interaction, because it says you no longer have the power to affect my emotional state. You no longer occupy space in my mental real estate. You no longer exist in my universe except as a lesson learned, a chapter closed, or a ghost that I don't fear. But let's go deeper. Let's talk about why this shift in their behavior is happening now. Why suddenly everyone who dismissed you is desperately trying to get back into your good graces. It's because they're watching you rise. They're seeing you win. They're witnessing your glow up in real time, and it's triggering their fear of missing out. They regret. It's their desperate need to be associated with success. But when you were struggling, when you were vulnerable, when you were in your transformation phase, they wanted nothing to do with you. They avoided you like a bad investment. They distanced themselves like you had a contagious disease. They wrote you off like yesterday's news. But now that you're radiating different energy, now that you're moving differently, talking differently, existing on a different frequency, everyone wants a front row seat to your success. Suddenly, everyone remembers how close you used to be. Suddenly, everyone has stories about how they always believed in you. Suddenly, everyone wants to be a part of your narrative, your journey, and your victory lap. The psychology behind their sudden switch is simple yet pathetic. They're realizing that they bet on the wrong horse. They're seeing that the person they dismissed was actually the person everyone wants to be around now. They're understanding that what they perceived as weakness was actually strength in disguise, transformation in progress. Your silence wasn't defeat, it was strategy. Your withdrawal wasn't surrender, it was regrouping. Your absence wasn't weakness, it was you choosing yourself. And you chose yourself for the first time in years. They missed it. They missed the entire transformation because they were too busy celebrating what they thought was your downfall, too busy gossiping about your struggles, too busy feeling superior to notice that you were building an empire in the shadows while they were building sandcastles in the spotlight. And now the tide has come in. Now the truth is revealed. Now they're standing there watching their castles wash away while your empire stands unshakable in the panic of everyone. Now the truth is revealed. Now they're standing there watching their castles wash away while your empire stands unshakable. And the panic in their eyes is feeding your soul in ways revenge never could. Some of them are even getting aggressive about it, trying to guilt trip you back into their lives with accusations and emotional manipulation. You've changed, is what they say. You're not the same person anymore. You think you're better than everyone now, is what they say with trembling voices. And you know what the correct response is? Absolutely nothing. No explanation, no justification, no defense, just silence. Just that knowing smile, that energy that says, yes, I did change. I changed from someone who tolerated disrespect to someone who doesn't. I changed from someone who gave chances to someone who gives consequences. I changed from someone you could manipulate to someone you can't even reach anymore. Their accusations are confessions. Their anger is fear wearing a mask. Their attempts to pull you back are desperate prayers to a universe that's already moved on without them. They want the old you back because that version served their interests, validated their egos, and tolerated their nonsense. It provided emotional labor without reciprocation or appreciation. And here's what they'll never admit out loud, but they know it deep in their corrupted little hearts. They need you more than you ever needed them. They always did. You were the light in their darkness, the hope in their despair, the energy that made their mediocre existence feel special. You were the one who listened when no one else cared, who showed up when everyone else disappeared, who believed in them when they didn't believe in themselves. You were the rare soul who gave without keeping score, who loved without conditions, who supported without ulterior motives. And they, in their infinite foolishness, mistook your kindness for weakness, your generosity for desperation, and your loyalty for lack of options. They thought you needed them when the reality was they were feeding off your energy like vampires in designer clothes, sucking your light to illuminate their darkness, using your strength to compensate for their weakness. And now that you've cut off their supply, now that you've taken your energy back, they're withering, they're struggling, and they're realizing how much they depended on you while pretending you were the dependent one. Watch how they're positioning themselves now, trying to slide back into your life like nothing happened, like they didn't ghost you when you needed support, like they didn't talk behind your back when you were vulnerable, like they didn't celebrate your struggles while pretending to care about your well-being. They're acting like time heals all wounds automatically, like absence makes the heart grow fonder instead of clearer. Like you're supposed to welcome them back with open arms and a short memory. But you're not that person anymore. You're not the forgiving fool who gave infinite chances to people who never changed. You're not the emotional doormat who accepted apologies without behavioral proof. You're not the naive soul who confused people's words with their actions. You learned, you evolved, and you developed standards, boundaries, and self-respect. And now they're facing the consequences of their choices, standing outside the fortress that you built. They beg for entry while you sit in your palace at peace. Don't let them bring you down. Keep going.